Hello, welcome to Meditative Mindscape's Hub. Imagine a journey through time, exploring how the greatest minds in history have shaped our understanding of mindfulness. From Socrates' reflections on a life worth living to Buddha's teachings on present moment awareness and modern psychology's embrace of mindful living, discover how these philosophies converge to enhance our mental well-being and presence today. Join us as we delve into the timeless wisdom of key philosophers and their views on mindfulness. Ancient Greek philosophy. Since the Greeks established a large portion of Western thought, let's start there. One of the most well-known philosophers, Socrates, stressed the value of reflection and self-awareness. He held the opinion that a life without reflection is not worth living, which is quite similar to the mindfulness tenets. Socrates emphasized the value of being mindful and in the moment by challenging our beliefs and behaviors. Socrates' pupil Plato also added to the conversation about awareness with his theory of forms. He proposed that a profound, contemplative state of mind is necessary to fully comprehend these abstract forms, which are the source of true knowledge. It is possible to interpret Plato's allegory of the cave, in which prisoners mistake shadows for reality, as a metaphor for the unmindful condition, in which a person is ensnared in delusions and diversions. In this sense, mindfulness refers to the practice of releasing these delusions to recognize the real world. Mindfulness with Stoicism. Going ahead to the Hellenistic era, we come across the Stoics, who imparted useful knowledge that is highly compatible with contemporary mindfulness techniques. Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius promoted living in harmony with the natural world and appreciating the moment as it is. In his Meditations, he discussed the significance of letting go of things outside of our control and concentrating on what is. The foundation of mindfulness is the Stoic idea, which teaches us to live in the present moment without attachment to regrets from the past or worries about the future. Another well-known Stoic, Epictetus, likewise highlighted the value of inner freedom and self-control. He emphasized that our experiences are shaped by our perceptions, and that we have the power to select our reactions to outside happenings by practicing mindful awareness. To practice mindfulness, we must develop a quiet, focused mind, which Epictetus teaches us to do. Buddhist philosophy. Turning our attention to Buddhism, it provides a deep and thorough knowledge of mindfulness. The Buddha, also known as Siddhartha Gautama, is arguably the most significant person in this context. The idea of sati, or mindfulness, is fundamental to Buddhism. It entails keeping our thoughts, feelings, and sensations in the present now. The four foundations of mindfulness, which the Buddha taught, offer a methodical way to cultivate this awareness and aid in the development of clarity, focus, and insight in practitioners. The modern Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh has contributed to the spread of mindfulness in society. His lessons place a strong emphasis on the interdependence of all things and the value of leading a mindful life in all spheres. By fusing mindfulness with social action, Thich Nhat Hanh's engaged Buddhism inspires us to be more compassionate and attentive in both our day-to-day interactions and the larger world. Existentialism with intentionality. Existentialist thinkers from the 20th century, such as Martin Heidegger and Jean-Paul Sartre, examine topics related to mindfulness. Sartre's notion of being for itself emphasizes the significance of authenticity and self-awareness. He maintained that since we are destined to be free, we must accept responsibility for our decisions and live truly in the here and now. The focus on conscious living is in line with the ideas of mindfulness, which invites us to participate and enjoy every moment to the fullest. The concept of being in the world, on the other hand, was established by Heidegger and highlights how intertwined we are with our surroundings. He proposed that we might develop a stronger feeling of presence and mindfulness by learning more about our environment and our role in it. Heidegger's examination of being toward death also serves as a helpful reminder of life's transience, encouraging us to live more deliberately and completely embrace each day. Modern psychology and mindfulness. Philosophers have influenced mindfulness in modern psychology as well. Leaders in the field like Jon Kabat-Zinn have been instrumental in popularizing mindfulness. Pioneering work in the field, Kabat-Zinn created mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, a technique that helps people manage pain, disease, and stress by fusing mindfulness meditation with psychological concepts. His research has been crucial in highlighting the observable advantages of mindfulness, including better resilience, increased well-being, and mental health. William James, a philosopher and psychologist, made significant contributions to our knowledge of mindfulness through his study of consciousness and attention. James underlined the value of being able to maintain awareness in the current moment and paying close attention. His observations paved the way for later studies on the affective and cognitive effects of mindfulness training. Eastern philosophies and mindfulness. Next, we examine Eastern ideologies, which have had a significant impact on the development of mindfulness as a modern practice. For example, the teachings of Hinduism have long-standing traditions of meditation and self-awareness. The Bhagavad Gita, a revered Hindu classic, talks about the value of yoga, or disciplined practice, which includes practicing mindfulness and meditation to keep the mind in balance. Lord Krishna counsels Arjuna, the warrior, to carry out his task without attachment, stressing the need for inner tranquility and awareness of the present moment. Taoism and Confucianism in Chinese philosophy provide various viewpoints on mindfulness. The famous philosopher and teacher Confucius promoted Rian, humaneness, and Li, ritual propriety, both of which call for thoughtful behavior in social situations and on a personal level. Being fully present and considerate in our relationships and societal roles is what mindfulness is all about, in this sense. Laozi, the founder of Taoism, presents the idea of Wu Wei, or action that is effortless. This ideology says that we can attain a condition of peace and harmony by lining up with the natural flow of the cosmos. By letting go of needless effort and letting life unfold organically, mindfulness practice helps us to tune into this natural flow. Zen Buddhism and intentionality. Zen Buddhism is a branch of Mahayana Buddhism that emphasizes mindfulness and meditation. Zen teachings advise practitioners to use focused mindfulness to achieve satori, or instantaneous enlightenment. Zazen, or sitting meditation, is a fundamental Zen practice that entails paying attention to the breath and distancing oneself from thoughts. These ideas were introduced to the West by eminent Zen scholar Didi Suzuki, who emphasized the significance of first-hand experience and inner enlightenment. He emphasized that mindfulness in Zen is about observing things without ego or preconceived notion distortions, as they are. Zen mindfulness is centered on this direct, unfiltered awareness practice. Ethics and mindfulness in context. The relationship between mindfulness morality and ethics has also been studied by philosophers. German philosopher Immanuel Kant, 18th century, introduced the concept of the categorical imperative, or the idea that one should behave by generally applicable maxims. Although not specifically related to mindfulness, mindful practices are in line with Kant's emphasis on purpose and self-awareness in moral decision-making. Being conscious enables us to consider our goals and make sure that our deeds are consistent with our moral convictions. Parallel to this, the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, well known for his existential and moral writings, discussed the significance of personal accountability and honesty. He thought that to live truly, one must have a keen awareness of both oneself and one's behavior. Living a true and morally responsible life can be achieved through the use of mindfulness, as per this ethical paradigm. In conclusion, mindfulness is a timeless practice enriched by diverse philosophies. Embrace this journey to deepen your awareness and well-being. Subscribe for more insights into the world's greatest thinkers and their teachings.